Ladies and gentlemen, introducing our officials for this match, our first referee, Fernando Velarde, national referee. Our second referee is Jofer Educado, national referee. And now let's meet the starters. First, for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Outside spiker from the United States, #1 team captain, Cat Bell. Center from the National University, #4, Jasmine Nabor. Opposite hitter from De La Salle University, #10, Aragalang. Outside spiker from the University of Perpetual Health System Delta, #12, Mary Rose Dapo. Middle blocker from the University of the East, #17, Seth Rodriguez. Middle blocker from the Ateneo de Manila University, #22, Pauline Gaston. Starting libero from the Far Eastern University, #24, Buding Durendez. Head coach for Chery Tiggo is Emilio Kung Fu Reyes. And now the starters for the Farm Fresh Foxies. Center from Adamson University, #7, team captain, Louis Romero. Outside spiker from Venezuela, #1, Yenny Morillo. Outside spiker from the University of Santo Tomas, #4, Kate Viray. Opposite hitter from Adamson, #12, Trisha Tubu. Middle blocker from Adamson, #13, April Tagsip. Middle blocker also from Adamson, #16, Riza Cruz. Starting libero from the National University, #17, Janelle Delerio. Head coach for Farm Fresh is Shota Sato. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. It is Chery Tiggo versus Farm Fresh. This is the PVL, the heart of volleyball.
And we are just about ready to put the ball into serve. And we have the starting lineups for both clubs. Take it away, Aya.
Well, we have some of the usuals, actually. Aragalang being a mainstay as their starter, but Pauline Gaston, Daps Dapol starting as well, Seth Rodriguez as well starting, and obviously their reinforced player, Cat Bell, starting as well. Meanwhile, for the Farm Fresh Foxies, almost the same players as well from last conference, but Caitlin Viray playing as an outside hitter today, Trisha Tubo, their main gunner as a starter, and their reinforced player, Yenny Morillo, starting as well for the Foxies.
Interesting mix of guest players. There are Americans, of course, but there are also some from other countries as well. So that adds spice, flavor, and zest into our tournament. Earlier today, we had a 5-set, wow, really long match earlier today. First win already registered by next leg. In the meantime, we have the first exchange. Morillo gets it to bite, and the first point belongs to Farm Fresh.
It's interesting to see how these two reinforced players in Yenny Morillo and Cat Bell will create damage right now offensively.
Caitlin Viray will be serving. Caitlin's serve goes too long, rather. We are tied at 1. Seth Rodriguez just about ready to serve. Good, interesting combination. Mga generation mo to, UE, UST, UP, people you played with and against, of course. Here's Rodriguez's serve. Difficult first ball, messed up. Franny has an early report. Go ahead, please.
Thanks, Seb. I got to speak with Cat Bell, one of the most highly the anticipated reinforcements for this conference, and she told me she's very fortunate that the schedules finally aligned. This has been in the making for a while, and she's happy to be back in Philippine basketball and to be with Coach Yanni Fernandez again, who did coach her in the past. Now, she is the team captain of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, and she told me there's a way to approach everyone, and she prefers to learn how everyone communicates to make sure that she can lead them effectively and that she can be the vocal leader that the Chery Tiggo Crossovers need. As a professional, she did say that the most important thing is really to only focus on the things you can control. Look at the cards you're dealt and don't cheat by looking at other people's. This is the leadership that Kat Bell brings to the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, and that she believes will take them all the way to the finish line. Now, this report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Get the most extensive PVL coverage for only 149 pesos a month. Back to the game.
Thank you very much, Franny Reyes. In the meantime, Murillo already with 2 points. Here comes a reset offense. Murillo dumps it over. Fighting for it is Gaston, and it's messed up by Chery Tiggo.
So far, Luis Romero feeding Yenny Murillo a lot of sense here, and she has been delivering, showing some variety from her attacks as well, making Chery Tiggo work on their floor defense. A miscue there in the end of that sequence.
This is going to work for Gaston, and she apologizes quickly to the other side.
Perfect activation there for Pauline Gaston. No blockers at all. A great connection there for Nabor and Gaston.
And she quickly apologized to Tubo. Of course, all part of the game as Murillo dumps it over. Followed closely by Durendes. Bell and Corks. Tubo lifts it high. Here comes Murillo. Too long.
Good dig there coming from Trisha Tubo, but Foxies could not convert a point there.
Con mucho calor. Too much heat. But she wanted to play long, and Aragalang serving. Murillo gets to it. Romero is in a bit of trouble, but there was a hand. Zip managed to put a hand on it, but they did not get the point.
But the good thing here from the Foxies is that you see their effort to be aggressive in offense. It's just that they haven't been much successful yet to attack errors already.
Here's Aragalang and her serve. Here's the set by Romero. Murillo on courts. Kat Bell with a one-handed lift. Here comes the attack. And nearly kept very much in play by Daps. Murillo rejected. Murillo goes back to the same spot from Romero. Here comes the attack. That ball gets it to go.
Chery Tiggo finding the rhythm early on here, and Nabor doing a great job with ball distribution. I mean, that was a good rebound coming from Luis Romero. Just no support on the floor defense for the Foxies.
Exactly. As we have Aragalang, always a good fashion statement as far as her hairdo is concerned. Here's the attack. That won't work. Meanwhile, for Tagsip, here comes the back row attack, and Bell says, I'm sorry, short.
Nabor has been trying to activate Kat Bell from the back row. I mean, they want her hot early on in this set.
And Luis Romero is about to serve. Bell gets to it. The setup this time still very much in play. Dapol has been striving very hard. Down on the ground. Reachable, but not enough hook from Tubo.
A good read there coming from Daf Zapol against Trisha Tubo.
7-4 Chery Tiggo. Now serving Mary Rose Dapol.
Rookie bird the floor, already getting some action.
Right.
And alternating with Durendes on the side of Chery Tiggo. Murillo's shot kept very much alive. Romero resets, goes back to Murillo, and Durendes says, no way, the stab is out. And we will pause as we hit the first technical timeout. It's Chery Tiggo 8 and Farm Fresh at 4.
First technical timeout score, Chery Tiggo 8, Farm Fresh 4.
Chery Tiggo igniting their offense with a 6-1 run here in this first set. And a lot of players who are not seeing action but having a lot of fun. They were in our production room earlier.
Yes.
And listening to our chismis, our play-by-play, which is different from what you hear. But it was fun having them in the prod room kanina.
That's how stuck the lineup is of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. They have some reserved players on the bench.
You and I had the fun covering Iya and the rest of the national team players for Alas, of course. And as we know, most of them will not be seeing action in this conference as they have national team duties. And that's a regalo, pounce to pounce.
The Crossovers has really done a good job here. Serving strong, targeting Murillo on that first ball. They haven't given Farm Fresh Foxies a chance to convert a point here.
Not even breathe. 7-1 run right now being uncorked by Chery Tiggo. Their engine is running. Murillo gets it to connect. Early description of Murillo. She seems like a very good offensive player.
Right. I mean, scored the first few points of the Foxies, but you have to put her on system for her to be able to attack well.
She has 4 of the 5 points of Farm Fresh thus far. Here's Bell and Murillo unable to handle the speed and heat of that delivery.
As you mentioned, too strong and too fast there. Cat Bell attacking on top of Trisha Tubo on that one. Murillo could not get into the ball on time to go for the defense.
I think there's no question that on the side of Chery Tiggo, they have, in terms of playing years, more experience probably than Farm Fresh. But Farm Fresh has learned how to play well together through the years.
Exactly.
So since joining the tournament, in the meantime, Bell. Oh, heat. Murillo tracks it down. Excitement beginning to creep into the game as the fans are beginning to yell. Here's a setup. Piray. The back row is alive. Murillo keeping it alive. Tubo misses.
Both teams with the really good floor defense there.
Farm Fresh needing a timeout. They've fallen behind by 6.
Kahit na touch yung block, okay. Lakasan niya ng palo-palo. その代わりエブリワン全員でカバー、OK? コーバー。lakas sa palo din cover. スパイカーは勝負する。逃げない。laban. Okay?
Nasabi ko na nga ba, dapat in-enroll ko na yung Japanese lessons para bukod sa Domo Arigato Gozaimashita, may masasabi pa ako. Pero may nagta-translate naman.
Very interesting timeout there for the Foxies as you see Genevieve on your screens. Again, the Foxies has done a good job in terms of a floor defense, but they really need to deliver the points, to convert points at right now as Chery Tiggo is on the roll.
They're getting points from a variety of people like Dapol and Gaston. Here comes the setup for Bell. Yes! Right on target, second point of Cat Bell.
I mean, we expected this one. Cat Bell unstoppable so far here. Any sets given to her.
Yeah. You get the feeling that Nabor already knows what to give Cat Bell. In the meantime, good combination play, thwarted, but recycled. Here's the set. Viray with a left-handed stab.
Caitlin Viray with a clean attack. Take a look at this replay.
Yep, clean as whistle there.
Perfect angle for her in that one.
And that's why it was clean. Tagsip is going to serve. Ang dami ang Adamson, ano? So many of them here in this reunion. The game of Falcons. Nabor, Bell, bang, that spot wide open.
Cat Bell definitely will be the scoring machine of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Nabor didn't even have to put a lot of effort there. Just put it up. Catbell definitely will deliver that point.
And Bell has 3 points of the 13 recorded so far by the crossovers. Close and tight, and that will work for Farm Fresh. And Joan Narit gets that to make a connection.
And this is what the Foxes need, the contribution from other players. They can't fully rely on their reinforced player. So a perfect activation there on the middle.
That middle has been a wide open hole for Farm Fresh. They gotta fill it up. Here's Bell, and she finds another angle. I'm sick and tired of that hole there. I'm gonna move it to the other side.
I mean, all her attempts, she has targeted different zones of the court of the Foxies, making sure that the Foxies will have a difficult time reading her offense.
You don't know where this is going to hit you. 14-7 tally as Bell will serve. Biray. This one by Murillo. Lorendes getting to it. Here comes the pole. Oh, nearly long, but they committed to it. Oh! Rumors about its death were still mistaken, and it's very much alive. Biray rejected. Murillo dump 1-2. Crafty move. Well done that time by Luis Romero.
Again, the timings of those 1-2 players are very important, and Luis Romero was in the position to really go for that 1-2 play. Caught the floor defense of the crossovers off guard on that one.
Here's Biray. Bell stretches for it. Set up job by Nabor. The ball shot is not returned.
The ball with some help from the net there. A lucky break.
The ball already with 2 markers here.
Serving Seth Rodriguez.
Seth Rodriguez. Good combination here. UE, Adamson, Ateneo. There's a good mix of players from different schools, and this one is declared outside, and it will be 16 against 8 as we will take a break here for the second technical timeout.
8 for Farm Fresh.
Chery Tiggo Crossovers beginning to step on the accelerator here, and go into much higher gear. They have a 16-8 lead in this first set. They seem to be perfectly in sync with Bell, and they're getting support from other players as well.
Exactly. I mean, the contributions are coming from different players, and the crossovers have been controlling the set all throughout. I mean, Farm Fresh tried to start strong, but again, they couldn't maintain their own momentum.
That serve, Murillo gets back to her scoring ways, and Murillo now has 5 points.
Now Murillo will be crucial here, especially that she's now on the front row. I mean, we can expect a lot of balls going to her.
We have Abellana coming in for the first time.
Yes, one of the rookies.
Yeah, giving UST some representation here. That was quite an event, the PVL draft. A lot of dreams
Right.
fulfilled, and we'll see many of them happening in the tournament. In the meantime, Tubu. Verdadero. Middle attack, Aragalan.
A combination play there for the crossovers. Aragalang right on the middle, only one blocker, a lot of angles to go for, and Nabor has just done a good job orchestrating the offense so far, keeping crossovers unpredictable here.
By mistake, it was Karen Verdeflor who got it first time around for Chery Tiggo. There is Durandes. Did you see Dapol take a picture of it before she elevated? Good setup job, but Durandes right there. The dump is missed by Gaston.
Buding Durandes has been almost perfect in that floor defense, covering her zone, but miscue.
Can't blame Ponga. Tempting, so delicious. I'm going for it, but she missed it. 17th, and the white, the pole, back row Viray, Romero goes back to her source of points, and Murillo has registered 6.
Seems like the kind of set that Murillo actually wanted, the right height. She was able to attack on the peak of that ball, high enough for her to actually score that point.
Romero with her serve. Here's the Paul, who's gotten a lot of setup so far. That is rejected. Tubo backpedals. Murillo taps it over, keeps it alive. Romero will go back to Murillo. Bell has a hand on it. Chase down. Well done that time by Verdeflor. Here comes Romero taking a snapshot. And Tubo's shot parried away. Bell! Rigging it.
What a floor defense by Verdeflor there.
And Bell already scoring 5 points of the 18 thus far of the crossovers. Timeout taken by Farm Fresh.
あとはもうちょ
Second.
っとは気持ち
lakasan pa ng loob na
気持ちが今負けてる引いてる
para
引いてる
mahina pa yung loob nyo.
OK できるできないじゃなくてやるしかない
Dapat gagawin natin kung kaya nyo.
プラス思考ポジティブシンキングポジティブシンキング OK OK let's go
So there's I think the coach was playing, let's play with our hearts and minds as well, not just with our volleyball skills. Lakasan nyo ang loob nyo, sabi ng translator then.
And that's something that the Foxies are learning as they play here in the tournament, because again they have one of the youngest lineups here in the PVL, and really what they need is to learn and to continue to improve every game.
And you know, you being a former player, there's a fortitude, a mental outlook that is needed to be able to sustain a game. It looks simple, but it's also as complex as you can imagine. This is not going to work. I think batayado si Tubo. She's being marked here.
Right. Romero has been trying to activate Trisha Tubo here, but she has been closed down a couple of times.
Closed
And
down is a good phrase,
just a
yes.
perfect block there coming from Kat Bell.
That serve is messed up by That's the Pole. One of the rare service mistakes by Chery Tiggo so far.
Substitution for Farm Fresh, number 1, William. Number 5, Eliza.
Okay, some changes have just been made.
Serving for the Foxies, Eliza Bertolano.
Lai Bertolano is on the floor for the very first time. Her team currently down by 7. The pole. We have a joust at the net. It's kept in play. Bell!
Another sharp cross for Kat Bell, her 7th point of the match. Too sharp on that one.
For Chery Tiggo,
Onge Gaston is replaced now by Ces Robles, giving NU some representation as well. Ganda ng mix, ano? FEU, NU, Ateneo, UST, UP, University Perpetual Health also. This is rejected, Viray, with no place to go to.
And Chery Tiggo really just has done a good job in almost all departments. Offensively, defensively, they are playing efficiently so far.
But there are some porous areas, huh? Like they have to cover up some defensive gaps here, and their system falls apart. There was a great effort nonetheless by Janelle Delario to keep it in play, but too late.
And you see the effort of Romero to go for the combination plays to avoid the blocking of
Yes.
Bell, but Crossovers just really reading the offense of the Foxies so well.
Even before the set is made, really. Back row at work there. Bell, Delario got to it. Viray, left-handed stab. Kept very much in play by Aragalo. Bell says, hello, everybody. Louis Romero right there. Viray, and it's kept alive nonetheless by Tagsip. Bell will joust. It's a double touch. Bell, as team captain, can ask why and ask for consideration. Is it a challenge? Looks like a challenge. I think it's a late challenge. Oh, it's recognized. I thought it was going to be late, you know.
Lock touch challenge for the Crossovers here.
And the coaches were trying to confer and agree on it on the point. And here comes our challenge graphic on your screens.
It was, I believe, the joust between Bell and Louis Romero.
Earlier today, we had Nextled winning against Galleries in 5 sets in their really protracted struggle, a really long battle there that had alternating set wins, and then finally in the end, a 5-setter. First win by the Chameleons. And we still have a third game today. That will be
Yes.
PLDT against Creamline. Tama ba ako?
Yes, another interesting game
Yeah.
to start the reinforced conference.
We'd like to remind you that the competition now, as Ayel explained it so clearly earlier today, it's pool competition. You will not meet some of the teams that are listed, but because you got to prepare for everybody, your own pool, and later on, if you do very well, you're going to meet the other half.
Right. And again, it's a short tournament. It's a quick one, so every game will really matter.
I think when the time allowance for a tournament is not that long, the pool system works, and we've seen that in the Asian tournaments that you and I covered. Captains are called.
Black touch, bago ang spiker. Okay, sa playover tayo. Playover.
Cat Bell trying to check on her Filipino if it's still up to date, and the point will be replayed. I saw our first referee Velarde, make that signal.
Oh, so it was an inconclusive challenge.
Yeah.
So they have to replay this point.
And Robles still serving. It's too close to the net. Precarious. And it's an... Oh, the net is a shaken. Second referee Educado, making the whistle, calling it. And it's going to put Chery Tiggo just 2 points away from pocketing the opening set.
Now the Foxies need a stable passing here for them to have an opportunity to convert.
That is a service ace. I waited for the official call and the announcement by Noel Zarate, the king of the 5 sets. Kanina pa niya ako iniiwasan, pero siya yung dahilan bakit nagpa 5 sets dito eh. Tuksuhan ho namin yan. Samantala, set point na tayo para sa Chery Tiggo sa ating unang yugto. Montolano got to it. Viray. Oh, Bell says, I go. And Nabor said, I'm so sorry I was out of position.
Almost all players running for that second touch, but all stopping right at the same time. So clearly a miscue there.
Because of the cardinal rule, second ball tosser for another generation. In the meantime, still at set point, one was saved. It's 13 against 24. Actually, well, the floor is doing a good job in her first game.
All right, I agree.
Stable. Viray. Foiled by the defense, and that we are done with set number 1. Slow start by Chery Tiggo, but when they got going, they were unstoppable in the first.
Now, clearly a dominant win there for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers in set 1.
And we will have your second set ready wherever you are watching the PVL today in just a short while. We are hoping that you're enjoying yourself wherever you're catching us here on day 1 of the opening of the reinforced conference of the PBL. We've been away for a while, but we're glad to be back. Good first set for Chery Tiggo. Foxies had a great beginning, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Exactly, and the crossovers just really started steady, but when they found their flow, when they found their rhythm, they didn't look back. They controlled the entire set. I mean, Cat Bell was spectacular, targeting different zones, but Jas Nabor just orchestrated the offense, making sure that they were unpredictable as they had great activation from the middle as well. But it wasn't just offense for the crossovers, because defensively they were on point as well. But for the Farm Fresh Foxies, they really need to stabilize their first ball to have more opportunities to score. As you take a look at the numbers, not a lot of disparity in terms of attack points. The crossovers have 12 against the 10 of the Foxies, but in the other departments, clearly it was the crossovers who dominated it. 3 kill blocks for them against a none for the Foxies, 2 service aces, none for Foxies, and Foxies committing more errors. As I mentioned earlier, crossovers just playing efficiently with only 3 errors in that first set.
And we welcome you to set number 2. Both teams trying to have small powwows on their respective sides of the floor. Some familiar names will continue to play for Chery Tiggo. You get the feeling Cat Bell is enjoying herself with her teammates. She knows many of them. She's played with and against many of them.
And I think also there's not a lot of pressure on Cat Bell, because there are other capable scorers on the floor, which takes away the pressure on her to score majority of the points.
Though she has the most right now with 7, and that's expected. Here's Cat Bell. Romero setting up Tubu. Dorendes handling it well. The attack by Dapo, who's been active throughout this match so far. Morillo uncorks, and it's too long. It will belong to Chery Tiggo.
Oh, Morillo had a good start earlier, but she's been having a difficult time converting points.
She's trying to play long, actually, but she's been missing the target. In the meantime, Romero goes over to Taxit. The pole misses, and it's going to be the first point for Farm Fresh.
And for the Foxies, they need to start strong and try to sustain their momentum if they want to keep it close against the crossovers.
You know, actually represented here are some of the best collegiate or university level volleyball programs of this country, you know. So many of them representing those programs. In the meantime, Romero with an ace with the help of the net, and she won't reject it. She'll take that. Here's where the floor, the pole. Romero got to it. The pole is all over the place. Nabor, where the floor keeps it in play. Murillo, down the middle, takes it. And we will go to Franny Reyes for this second set update.
Thanks, Seb. I also got to speak with Yenny Murillo, who told me that this is her first time in Asia. She's actually been eager to come to Asia and to play here. So when the opportunity came, she knew she had to grab it. And she said that she hasn't really had much of a hard time adjusting to the Asian style of volleyball because her team has been very, very patient with her. She knows that they still have some gelling to do, some adjustments that they need to make, but this is only the start of the conference and they can only go up from here. Now, coming from the huddle of the Farm Fresh Foxies, Coach Sato urged the girls to work on their service, their reception, and their defense. This report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Get the most extensive PVL coverage for only 149 pesos a month. Back to Seth Rodriguez serving.
Thank you very much, and Franny Reyes with that update. And you know, Coach Sato trying to work on every aspect of the game of the Foxies. In the meantime, here comes Romero. Tubo finally gets something to connect down the middle. Farm Fresh with a 2-point lead here in the second.
Trisha Tubo finally taking advantage of that one-man block. So much space for that cross-court attack.
Big 7-1 run by Chery Tiggo in the first set. Created as much as a 16-8 gap, and they closed that opening set at 25-13. Still here with us in the second set. Murillo serve in play. Tubo fires away on the regalo and connects.
Trisha Tubo again, she has the height, she has the elevation to dominate those kinds of plays. I mean, an overpass coming from Daps the Paul. Easy outing for Trisha Tubo.
Jenny Murillo. Reverse set. Ara didn't feel right about it. Didn't accelerate and elevate. Down the middle we go. Bell with two hands on it. She gets a pipe attack. Opportunity. Excellent effort that time by number 2, the libero, Lasso, to keep it in play, but just a foot away from being in perfect position.
So when Kat Bell is attacking, you have to make sure you have to be quick in reading and moving. Her attacks are just too fast.
And that will most likely be an important quality the teams will have to bring with the imports because of the pace they like to play.
And again, that's the beauty of having this reinforced players. Just by playing, they're able to elevate the game.
Tagsip will serve. They are ahead 6-3, but they wasted. It is now 4 against 6 as the ball all set to serve.
Mary Rose Dapol.
Mary Rose Dapol, Bombo, no? Well, if you're named that with that such a lovely name, why not? In the meantime, Romero. Oh, good combination. It's rejected nonetheless. They reset. Biray bullets it in, but it's a little too long. Will they challenge? I see Coach Sato making the television monitor sign. Is it block touch?
I mean, the players look unsure, but
sometimes it's a momentum attempt, an attempt to break the momentum more than anything else. We were discussing in the production room before here. Has the challenge changed the game? The best thing it has done, just cool down the coaches. Just calm them down. And they have an opportunity to voice out their questions or their complaints. And as long as they have a challenge, they are able to review it. And culturally, it seems we have adjusted to it. In the meantime, what's this? I don't think so.
No block touch there, so an unsuccessful challenge for the Foxies.
And referee Fernando Pilar says, let's continue, let's play on. The ball serve lands in safely. Virag has been trying very hard. Bell zips it in. Oh, great save that time. Kept in play by Romero. Kept in play as well by Delario. Romero sets. And we've got a battle here. Bell. Viray says no way. Who will blink here? Viray gets it to go. Yes, she got it.
Great show of patience there in the floor defense for the Foxies. I mean, it's not easy to defend Kat Bell, and great transition, the play, great transition there from Caitlin Viray, going for the dig and going for the offense.
The thing with Chery Tiggo and a player as good as Bell, don't blink, don't close your eyes. In the meantime, Tubo, look short it is.
And this has been the problem of the Foxies. Their service. I mean, they have the opportunities to keep the momentum, but they have been killing their own momentum in this match so far.
Tiggo down by 1-6-7. Gaston serve. Dances out. And we will land at 8-6, the first technical timeout of the second set. We'll be back with you very quickly.
Score 8 for Farm Fresh, 6 for Chery Tiggo.
We're coming to you to where you are a tad late, as that first match really went into extended play. 5 sets as Nextled won in 5 against the Galleries. In the meantime, this one proceeding at a pace I would like to think is agreeable to both. Farm Fresh still in the lead right now, as of course Mr. Ricky Palou, our bossman from Sports Vision, always present. Oh, great roll on the floor by Lazo. Tracked down by Bell. Galang makes it a set. Oh, well done.
Another excellent hit coming from Kat Bell. I mean, she was on the way running for that ball for defense. Aragalang setting her up, making it high enough for her to go back and hit that ball.
You get the feeling Ara was rewarding Bell for her hustle there. Down the middle, and there's a connection. Risa Cruz, who's seeing action for the first time, knocks that down. And it's still Farm Fresh in the lead, most likely at 9-7.
Foxies has done a good job keeping the lead so far.
Although you can sense Chery Tiggo beginning to watch their back, and Bell sees another open space, and they come within a point.
And this is where they're able to get consecutive points in, especially when they have got Bell on the front row. Oh, just dominating offensively, talking about Kat Bell.
That's well said. She's exactly doing that. Bell already with 10 markers. Good set. And too hot to handle.
Both teams trying to play with speed. Just Nabor activating Seth Rodriguez on the middle. Surprising the floor defense of the Foxies.
You know, Lasso and Delerio, the liberos of Farm Fresh rather, have done a remarkable job.
Yes, I
It's
agree.
just that the heat is sometimes just a little too much as Murillo tries to be sneaky at the front. There's so much heat on that one, but it's managed well by the Foxies. Good stretch by Buding. Reverse. Galang. Tubo. Buding. Middle attack. Down and out. Scored by Rodriguez.
You know, the crossovers, they are looking very organized in a lot of sequences, even though they're scrambling in floor defense, but offensively, Nabor has done a good job really orchestrating it.
It starts with their excellent defensive system, even in broken moments when it's not working that well. Murillo is going to get it. It is blocked away and out.
And this could be a good option for the Foxies. I mean, the blocking of the crossovers has been solid, but they can find a way to still score points here.
10 apiece here in the second. Piray with excellent floor work, and Tubo finds a way to drill it in.
Connection-wise, definitely no question about you know, the connection of Romero with her attackers. So the core of this lineup are players from Adamson.
Familiarity, of course. Murillo adjusts. Galang uncorks and delivers.
With a down-the-line hit. Coach Kung Fu definitely happy about that sequence. Just a perfect execution there, avoiding the blockers, avoiding Lazo in that floor defense.
Galang still has those jets, huh? She can still elevate and accelerate. In the meantime, this serve by Rodriguez, dug up from down under by Viray. The gentle stop rather by Murillo. The ball is rejected, but she gets the point nonetheless.
Again, crossovers just finding all ways to score a point even when they're out of system. It's already overtaken the Foxies here.
Dapol has contributed 5 points. Bell with 10. Rodriguez has chipped in 4 as well. And Rodriguez will continue to serve. Nice and easy. Viray got to it. Murillo, and no free ball. Too much again on that try. And it's a 2-point lead for the Crossovers. We're going to pause for this timeout called by Farm Fresh.
1本目乱れた時に誰が上げるかで誰が呼ぶかをしっかりしないと
Dapat may communication. Pagka medyo hindi okay ng reception, dapat may communication para communication.
今フロントそんな強くないローテだからトゥブ持ってっていいよ全然
Ngayon nasa front, hindi na masyado malakas yung kaya ikaw muna para.
このローテトゥブで点取ろう OK?
Hey, Psycho!
languages may change, but the messages of volleyball coaches are the same. We got to talk on the floor. We got to make our signals clear to each other. Still to come later on, ladies and gentlemen, PLDT will hit the floor, green line, waiting for them. They've been waiting for so long right now as Romero goes to Tubo. Oh, but the floor defense has been airtight so far. Tubo with a shot, Bell with one hand on it. The pole. Chance. It becomes a set. Tubo is there. The gap. Tubo fires. And she gets the ball inside.
Trisha Tubo with a couple of attempts, but never giving up.
The nail refused to stay in. She kept hammering and hammering away.
A miscue there as well for the crossovers.
Chery Tiggo with a 1-point lead here in the second. They took the first, 25-13. Galang shoots long. Romero right there. Tubo unfolds and corks. There's a challenge right in the middle of the play. Net touch. Players confused, and they will pause. You can do that. You can challenge right in the middle of the play. But since no point was scored yet,
Yes. If
think
it's
we'll-
unsuccessful
we'll-
challenge, it's an automatic point
yun.
for the Foxies.
But if successful, do we replay? Yep, we do.
Now this is definitely a better set for the Farm Fresh Foxies. Now they're able to defend, they're able to convert points, but again the crossovers just starting to pick things up here.
Of course, Chery Tiggo, one of our veteran teams also. First season they played, they already won a title. And they're trying to keep that tradition going. In the meantime, we're awaiting the decision. Here, watch this. What do you think? There's that hand.
Good eye there from the coaches of the crossovers.
Sometimes, and this is not going to sound right, and this is a very Filipino context, just by saying, hoy, hoy, some of the coaches can express it and they will challenge. And if you know each other so well through the years, you probably know when it's time to do so. Tubo cuts it up. Lorendes diving for it. The pole, did she get it? No, she did not.
A great intention to go cross, to go long. Just too much power in that attack.
Substitution for Farm Fresh.
We have
Number 13, Taksim out. Number 11, Pierre Abeliana in.
Abeliana coming in.
Also played as a
Now
service
serving
specialist
Pierre
earlier
Abeliana.
in the first set.
Serve sails in. Bell blasts away. It's rejected, but reset. The pole. Oh, good effort. Bell likes to save the ball with her long arms, just using one hand to keep it in play. If she can't spin around, watch this. She will try, but that was way out of reach. Some changes. We have Mylene Pod coming in for the first time. And Bicar is also going to see some action.
14 all.
Double sub for the crossovers. Coach Kung Fu wants a complete front row right now.
Height, might, and some experience. Mylene is in her favorite spot, that left pin. Let's see if she gets a setup here. Too long. Is it too long? No, they got the corner. They got the corner. Pongay got the corner.
Again, the timing of the activations on the middle for the crossovers has been perfect for them. Really surprising the Foxies.
Murillo, Romero, Giral, that hole. Lorendes, the floor manager. Good combination play, but they missed it. they missed it. Yes, they did. And we arrived at 16, which is our signal for the second technical timeout of this second set.
Second technical timeout score, 16 for Chery Tiggo, 14 for Farm Fresh.
Former Ateneo basketball players on your screens. As more fans coming in the venue, waiting for the last game of our triple header.
Still serving for Chery Tiggo, Mary Rose Dapon.
In the meantime, we have this serve. The pole serve, handled well on the other side. All good stretch by Murillo. The cut shot by Viray, also handled well. Bell. And there, the dive for it, just a little late by Janelle Delario.
And again, Kat Bell just targeting different zones.
17-14, Chery Tiggo.
Again, high enough to dominate offensively.
(17-14). Chery Tiggo is ahead. In the meantime, Franny has this update.
This is a faster Farm Fresh Foxies. And let's talk a bit more about that 1 month training that they did in Japan. It was really to focus on the connection, communication, and transition. Their defense has improved. Their connection with each other has improved. And that's why they're able to play much faster. But they need to be more aggressive like they've been practicing if they want to compete with the horsepower that they have in the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Now, this is a tighter second set, but the Farm Fresh Foxies have to dig deep if they want to take the lead and the set. This report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Get it now for only 149 pesos a month.
Thank you very much, Franny Reyes. Good read by Bell. She said, I'm not doing all power here. I'm going to give you some soft stuff as well. Viray rejected. Delario stretches for it, and some miscues now by Farm Fresh during this crucial stage of the second.
And again, if they're not able to stabilize their passing, the crossovers will just have an easier time reading their out-of-system plays. And the crossovers, really, whenever they get that momentum, they're not looking back at all.
Oh, well done. And Gaston said, yep, my hands were not in the proper position.
A clean angle there coming from Caitlin Viray, avoiding the blockers, going cross, just putting power in that attack. Just too much for Gaston to contain.
Now serving Eliza Bertolano.
Here's Bertoliano, who was also inserted into the lineup in the first set. It's a very much loaded serve. Bell, Tubo got to it. Murillo foiled. And the point will go to Chery Tiggo. It's now a 4-point lead.
Tough one there for Murillo.
Re-entering the game for
You know,
Chery
as a
Tiggo, number
member
10,
of a
Aragalang,
team of
and
a
number 4,
volleyball squad,
Jasmine Nabor.
you have to understand the role playing.
Right.
And one of the things that
2016
we all try to
Chery Tiggo.
understand is why is a certain player not playing that much? There are plans and
serving,
game
Jasmine
strategies that
Nabor.
coaches have actually.
And that's the beauty of having a deep bench. You can put in any player you want anytime.
And it depends on what is your game plan.
Right.
You want to go this way, and if it's not working, we adjust.
Much
So-
needed point there for the
Yeah.
Foxies.
Trying to stay alive here, Ayel, in
Right.
the
Re-entering the game for
second
Farm
set.
Fresh Foxies.
And this is so when they badly need Murillo to get going in terms of scoring.
They really got her unglued early on, and Murillo introduced herself. This looks short. Oh. You could tell as Risa served that
21-17
rather
Chery Tiggo.
weakly. She was following it, trying to say, can I have it back? It's already gone as we have Bell serving with a 4-point lead at 21-17. Good set. It's inside. And Tagsip knocks that down.
A great set there coming from Romero. Good first ball as well. The reason why they were able to activate Tagsip.
That's a nice spelling of her name. C-K-Y-L-E. I'm going to guess it's just Kyle, you know, but with a C. We have a change in the lineup for Chery Tiggo.
Number 17, Rodriguez out. Number 23, Shaya Adorador in.
Hey, we haven't seen Chery Adorador in a while, and it's nice to see one of the veterans.
Coach
Serving for the
Kung Fu really
Crossovers,
maximizing
Shaya Adorador.
that deep bench.
Very deep. Lots of veterans as well. Crawler on the net. Murillo has to hook it back into play. Galang says, I got this. Murillo, and that spins off the defensive hands.
Good angle there for Murillo, attacking on top of the blockers, but putting an angle there,
19-20.
maximizing the loose block of the crossovers.
Re-entering the game for Farm Fresh. Number 4, Kate Viray.
Viray
Serving for Farm
is
Fresh, Yenny
back in.
Murillo.
very brief stint by Bertolano. Here's Murillo, just above the net, straight into the hands of Bell. Galang cuts it up. Good stretch by Delerio. Here comes the attack. Precarious, but kept in play. Romero sets up Tubu. Gets it to go.
Good shot, Tubu.
And too hot to handle for the rookie, Karen Verdeflor.
The Foxies gaining momentum here, trying to close the lead as Trisha Tubo with a good decision to go down the line this time.
Now, it's time for Kung Fu Reyes to call a ceasefire.
Hindi ka magpa-play 1, pwede ka magpa-play 2. Pero titignan mo kung saan ang advantage natin. Meron kang tubo dito sa dulo. Sino yung nasa kabila mo? Na magpa-block sa wing spiker, di ba? Dito mo sa kabila. Ngayon, pwede mo patakbuhin si Bong kaya nasa yung... Kahit dulo lang muna si outside. Hanapin mo to. Di ba? Kaya walayin mo. Tapos 5 lang itong kabila, o. Di okay tayo dito. Ano, pinakamadali lang.
Right now. Chery!
When, if you are a guest player from another country, just look at the board. And some of the terms will come to life. And I've noticed that about the imports. They don't mind if it's in Filipino, and they probably do the same thing when they're in other countries as well. I guess sila Gia Morado Guzman also tried to do that and tried to
Japan.
understand. In the meantime, middle strike. It's on the floor. Look at this. Tiggo with could be a 3-point lead right now.
This is what Coach Kung Fu was mentioning earlier in the timeout. Now, very technical timeout, talking about an offensive strategy and telling the board to look for Kat Bell on the court, and that's what they did, and an instant point for them.
They are 2 points away from taking a 2-set-to-love lead. Tubo does that's frustration. I think Tisha was disappointed she could not ride even that elevate, and she tried the standing spike, and she ended up very short. Set point for Chery Tiggo. deep serve. Nabor. The pole. Romero. Viray. Oh, on the ground and out. Nabor unable to pancake it.
Foxy saves one set point here, but they need to play flawlessly. They can't afford to commit an error.
No, not this time. They had their chances here in the second set. They had flings with the lead, but could not sustain it. Tansip taking her sweet time in serving. The ball. Viray with two hands on it. Tubo on course and delivers into the deep corner in the open space in zone 1.
Zone 1. A great effort there though from Caitlin Viray to go for the dig. And the long shot works for Trisha Tubo.
Sometimes mix up 1 and 5. Na-alternate ko siya. In the meantime, Bell rings it in. And look at this. It is a 2-set. Is it? Sorry. Is it?
Calling a violation there in Kat Bell for stepping on the line.
Okay, it's a step on the line. She is a back row player.
Yes.
She did attempt that pipe attack, but it's called a step. So I'm sorry, I got ahead of the story there. 24-23 is still the count here. Let's tune in.
Ang inintayin na naman natin, andito naman sa tamang pwesto yung bola natin eh. Para maka-atake ulit kayo. Intindihan, one more play for the advantage. Kuha ka na doon. Ulit, pabukayin mo lang. Double na dito sa dulo. Cut, protector. One more. Ano lang tayo, ulit tayo. Guys, coverage lang.
Just another specific instructions there coming from Coach Kung Fu on what they need to do in terms of offense. Let's see if they can execute right away.
I love watching the difference in which Kung Fu coaches his USD team and the way he coaches Chery team. It's a different way when he's teaching and impressing values and characteristics. That is going to work for Farm Fresh. We are knotted together at 24. Only 2 points for each one.
I mean, the crossovers just need one more point. Who will they go to? But Kat Bell and Farm Fresh Foxies definitely knew that one.
You know, since Tagip has been serving, she's done a good job of keeping Bell stuck in that back row. The pole. Tansip got to it. Viray. Bell says keep it alive. The pole. And that's outside. The point will go to Chery Tiggo. They have their second set point.
But still, you see the effort of the Foxies to stabilize their defense. Good blocking formation there. Just they were outsmarted by Daps Dapol on that one.
Daps and her service into the net. We are tied at 25.
Crucial error there for the crossovers.
Number 12, Tubu out. Number 21, acts like a shot in.
Yeah, Laura trying to cheer on her team. This is a nail biter all of a sudden. Oh, that sailed to the left. The veteran Legashan just missing there.
Number 17, Seth Rodriguez.
That's disappointing when you're just coming up the bench.
Exactly.
Then you
For the set.
don't make it. Again, the third set point for Chery Tiggo. They're trying to get Robles in, but I think they're late. I think they're late. Yes, they are. And I think they've run out of subs. I think, but more than anything, it was late. Hello. Might as well end it that way.
Can't
Will they
deliver.
challenge? No, they won't. And that'll stay, Ayel.
They can't deliver that overpass straight to Kat Bell. She'll definitely score that point.
And thus, Chery Tiggo jumps out in front with a 2-set-to-love lead. It will be up to Farm Fresh to make a response in the third. A thriller of a second set just ended, and Chery just stood their ground, and they were resilient, and they lost 2 set points and finally delivered on the third.
I mean, the Foxies has done a good job starting strong, keeping it close despite the dominance of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers in set number 1. But in that end stretch, the Crossovers they were just really locked in. They were scoring the important points. Some crucial errors also coming from both teams. But again, this is where the Foxies are being tested in terms of character, in terms of maturity towards that end stretch. Clearly, the Crossovers were able to put themselves more organized in terms of offense and defense, and that's something that the Foxies need to learn quickly if they want to extend this match. As you take a look at the statistics, the Farm Fresh Foxies getting more attack points with 17. They also improved their efficiency from 21% to 34%. They were also able to improve their blocking with 2 blocks apiece. The same with the Crossovers. They were able to register 1 ace and none for the Crossovers. But again, it has been the errors of the Foxies that has been killing their own momentum. 10 errors, 10 giveaways for the Crossovers. Meanwhile, the Crossovers,
for a total of 18.
Just playing clean volleyball with 5 errors in that second set.
Yeah. Alam mo, 18 is a little too much playing against a team like Chery Tiggo that has veteran smarts and experience. And, you know, a lot of team with the breaking up, I'm sad about that. The F2 team, their players went into different directions. Chery Tiggo has adjusted with the addition of Galang and subsequently Maranyo. And this team is evolving as far as their new identity is concerned, which is something, your point that you're trying to develop, Farm Fresh will have to develop as well.
Again, the crossovers, they have a good mix of veteran
Yes.
and young players. They have worked on their chemistry. They have proven that last conference as they were able to enter the semifinals. They finished fourth. And meanwhile, the Foxies, again, this is a very young team, but a lot of potential,
I
a lot
agree.
of
I agree.
talent. They have a deep bench as well. But again, maturity is something that they need to develop as quick as they can if they want to overcome veteran teams like the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
And in terms of the recent college programs, I think the Farm Fresh Foxes were able to get a good layer of the amount of talent that was available. Okay, if you are Chery Tiggo, you want to end it right here, right now. But if you're Farm Fresh, you got to dig in very deep against this veteran team. And we're trying to get organized in terms of the rotation here. Don't you just love it? We featured our rookie, and she's getting a lot of PT or playing time here today.
And she has been playing a steady defense for the crossovers. Talking about Karen Verdeflor.
I agree when you play the libero, the two liberos, because napapagod din naman kasi yung kahit na yung starting libero, napapagod yun eh. In the meantime, the first point belongs to Farm Fresh of a series of mishandled passes by the crossovers. The serve is in play. Cruz has seen a lot of playing time here today. They set up Murillo. Oh, where the floor with two strong arms. Bell. Tubo also with strength. Murillo. Oh, that looked long, but the long arms of Cat Bell in action. That's missed. That's, oh, check ball. Referee Velarda very sure about his call. Mahirap pag sure yung referee. Mahirap umargue eh.
And tagsip niyo as well.
Alam mo, many of the referees tell me, it's a different perspective. At up there, there's a reason why they are up there. Not because they're more superior, but it's a nice vantage point. Here's a stretch by Murillo. Bell is there. Nabor lets the ball fly. Drop. Nabor stretches. The ball makes it a set. Galang with a gentle tap. Alive! Galang keeps it in play. Starting with Nabor's effort. Diocese. Messy. Very messy. Franny, what do you have?
Well, I got to speak with Ara Galang before this game, and she told me that Cat Bell brings a lot of maturity to the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, and she helps them balance out the communication that they need to have. Earlier, we saw a lot of campfires in the court on the side of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, and that communication is very important if they want to end this match in 3 sets. Earlier in the dugout, they talked about hustling and aggressiveness to win, both on defense and offense. So far, they've been moving smoother, talking about the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, but they need to keep up that hustle and aggressiveness if they want a decisive win. This report was brought to you by the Filipinas Live app. Get the most extensive PVL coverage for only 149 pesos a month. Back to the panel.
You know, Franny and Ayal, it's a very insightful report because we get to know the leadership qualities of Cat Bell, and she's like an additional motivator and coach on the floor for Chery Tiggo.
No, her presence alone definitely has a great impact on this for the crossovers.
Taksip gets the point, Ayal, and it's called as a check ball. Instead of having a 4-1 lead, it is 2 against 3.
Taksip has had good contributions here in the game.
Here's Louis Romero's serve. The ball will get it. And she will miss it. And we're tied at 3.
Same way that we started the second set.
Elevated. Galang rejected Bell. And Berto Flor says, ah! Berto, Campbell pointing to herself. I told you to get the ball, but then she missed it. Berto Flor with a smile with Campbell there. Well, 4-3, Farm Fresh with the lead. Oh, that's a problematic set. That's really problematic from the board. That was, the attacker was not ready.
Too tight and too fast on that one.
And bad angle to work with.
So some miscues, some errors right now from the crossovers helping the Foxies in the start of the set.
And it's not easy to close the game with a 2-set lead. Bell. Okay, she makes up for that miscue early. I see a hole.
Very, very simple play there coming from Cat Bell, but still very effective.
For the crossovers,
You know, the Filipino audience, they love not just the power, but the wiliness and the craftiness of the guest players. And Cat Bell, of course, has made her impression here. And that is long. I thought her hair would touch, or would touch coming to contact, but you know, she avoided it. We're tied at 5. Viray, tough set. Murillo. Bell, long pass. Oh, they still kept it in play. Tubo nails them, however, as there was confusion on the part of Chery Tiggo.
A great effort from Cat Bell, but a smart move coming from Louis Romero, taking advantage of Cat Bell transitioning back to her position for the floor defense.
Yes,
and good angle from Trisha Tubo as well.
She's not there, we'll send it there. Nabor, I think she missed it. And look at Kung Fu Reyes trying to manage this like this.
Clearly not how they want to start the third set.
7-5 tally here. Bell. She's scoring in the community with that shot.
Just really great ball control coming from Cat Bell. Didn't have to move a lot there. Faking that one, very precise execution.
Aside from the great read, when you're the opponent, you're thinking she's going to wallop this, and you're moving at probably the wrong pace. Is that out? Yes, it is. And we are knocking together at 7. You know, Farm Fresh starts the set well. All 3 sets were far, but they lose their momentum once Chery Tiggo gets their wits about them. We're square at 7. Murillo. Good shot from Viray. Galang. Hands not in the proper place. We will take a short break as we get the first technical timeout break of set number 3.
For Chery Tiggo.
We have you back with us. We're stepping out on the first technical timeout of the third set. It's an 8-7 tally. Farm Fresh currently with the lead. But the first 2 sets going the way of Chery Tiggo with the tunes of 25-13. We had an extended second set at 27-25. That Farm Fresh had their chances. They were able to save 2 set points actually, but on the third, Chery Tiggo just closed the deal. If Farm Fresh were to win something, not only in this game but in the long run, what do you think are things, or 1 or 2 things they could work on?
definitely it's having a stronger end game because they start well, they are steady, but towards the end, especially when it's close, they have a difficult time closing out a set, and that's something that they need to really learn.
As they progress in the tournament and their life as a sports team, Campbell beginning to just get away with everything she wants to do. She has already 3 over 17 points
Serving for the
in
crossover.
this third set.
Too strong there, Tagsip. Right at the correct position. There's too much power from Kat Bell.
Murillo with the dig. Viray, counter dig by Gaston. Nabor became a spiker. This is a push. Bell unable to get it on attack. But you just love volleyball players. They all dive in the same way because of the drill.
And
Training.
the opponent also trying to outsmart the floor defense. I mean, this time, Cruz just tipping that one over. Right behind the blockers, making the floor defense of the crossover work.
And that's why in the long run, volleyball is unforgiving on the lower back and the knees. Oh, good shot from Viray. That's hard to stop, that left-handed stab. 2-point lead by Farm Fresh here in the third.
A smooth transition play there. Great dig from Murillo. Great attack coming from Viray.
Tubo serve.
Again, majority of the errors of the Foxies are coming from the service line. They need to polish up quickly.
Serving for the crossovers. Jasmine Nabor.
Here comes Nabor. Close to the net. There's a hand by Nabor on it. Bell will hook it back in. We're still in action. Viray rejected, and she manages to let the block kick it out. Rodriguez unable to contain it. Let's see what happened here.
Viray has the hot hands right now, targeting the outer arm of Aragalang on that sequence.
Viray with a good game with 10 points thus far. Look at the service errors. You were saying we have the number right now.
So far, 6 service errors coming from the Foxies. Meanwhile, only 3 from the crossovers as a Campbell scoring once more. This time on top of the blockers, going down the line. You see the effort of the Foxies to try to slow down Campbell, but again, she's just too high, too strong for them.
Murillo makes it. She introduced herself very auspiciously at the start of this match. Gets that point. She has 9 up to this moment.
And she continues to go for the long shots. Very much successful this time, going to zone 5.
The pole is now replaced by
Rita Cruz.
Robles.
Searching for Farm Fresh.
That's why.
Serve out.
Rita Cruz trying to go straight to Kat Bell on the serve,
Serving 12.
but too wide on that one.
This is where Chery Tiggo has been strong. After the 10th point, going to the 20th, this is where they have been cohesive and resilient and steady. Murillo said, oh boy, she missed it. She barely missed it. She was going to go down that line.
Score is tied at
Had a
12.
great opportunity to score a point there.
Even at 12, third set, 2-0 lead by Chery Tiggo. Long.
Serve out.
And you see the face of Coach Kung Fu every time they commit
Yeah,
an error.
he tries to conceal his disappointment. He doesn't want to say anything about it, but you can tell we've known him for this many years now. In the meantime, tossed up Galang. Ooh. Louis Romero ended up jumping for it.
A good reverse set there coming from the board to Aragalang. And Aragalang, it's not the most powerful of hits,
No.
but you know
It's the
that
angle.
she's intentional about that hit. She chooses her angles so well.
She takes a snapshot and issues it as an Instagram before hitting.
Yanni Murillo.
And Murillo trying to keep them very much in the set. They have a 1-point lead.
No, we're really able to squeeze that one in.
Foxies up 14-13. Now serving
But
Yanni
again,
Murillo.
the question for the Foxies is will they be able to sustain their momentum?
Where the floor. Robles missed it.
Ball out.
Now, this is a crucial turning point for Farm Fresh. They're down up by 2.
15-13.
Can they
Farm Fresh.
hang on? Boy, you ask the question and suddenly the answer comes up. And there are doubts right now, but let's see. Robles will
Serving
serve.
for Chery Tiggo, Robles.
Uh-oh. Regalo. And look at that. That 1-point lead just disappeared.
And again, that has been the issue of the Foxes here. They're not able to sustain their momentum. They're not able to play efficiently whenever they need to. Meanwhile, that's when the crossovers are able to play really clean volleyball.
Robles serving. Valerio. Long but playable. Robles says, let's attack. Done well by the back row. Regalo, and not the strongest of hits, but 3 straight points now by Chery Tiggo. We arrive at the second technical timeout of set number 3.
Score 16 for Chery Tiggo, 15 for Farm Fresh.
Here's Robles.
So serving for the crossovers, Seth Robles.
3-0 run by Chery Tiggo. This is where they have been extra resilient, extra strong. They were wise to that. Galan pumps it up. Bell finds an angle. Biray says no way. Biray adjusts in the air. Turbulence, Nabor. Gaston. And finally the fourth touch. That's now 4 straight points by Chery Tiggo.
Nabor faking an attack on that one, fooling the blockers of the Foxies. It gave Gaston an open block. Everyone working so hard on the side of the crossovers.
Murillo. Buding has done a great job here, and Bell finds a way! That's 7th. sorry, that is 20 points already for her.
Timeout, Farm Fresh.
Farm Fresh needs to huddle up.
Okay. Next is easy ball, easy serve, okay. B use, okay. Today no need. B side. Okay, let's go.
Boy, Farm Fresh has to dig in very deep from that well-known as fortitude.
Crunch time for them. They need to make a run here. They need to find a way to play more cohesively, as you mentioned earlier. The crossover is playing like they have a one mind here.
You know, when Chery Tiggo needs points and defense, they have Dorendes and others. This is Orton. Delerio with a good job, though, keeping it in play. Oh, Aragalang says, I got it. This is attack mode. Delerio unable. Oh, yep, she got it in line, but not to her setter. Ara. Sorry. Sabi ni Ara.
I mean, Veray played it simple, played it safe, rolled that ball over.
I say that because the body language of Ara was hindi akin.
Now serving for the Foxies.
Anyway, you know, Farm Fresh, you gotta dig in deep. You're down by just 2 here. But ito yung mahirap na part eh, yung 18, 19, 20. Ito. So serve, time limit. Time limit, I knew it. It was a 8-second violation.
Another error coming from the Foxies on the service line.
Boy, that's another gimme.
And the crossover is just taking advantage of all these errors coming from the Foxies.
3-point lead. Galang pumps it up again. Bell. Delerio marking that. Viray rejected, but resets. Nabor sets up the quick. Murillo, high ball into the air. Robles, Nabor, Bell. It's a net touch. Net touch. That's an unfortunate development. It looks like there will be a challenge, but it's unfortunate because the ball was hit very deep.
And Delerio was there with the perfect dig. But the Foxies will challenge this one.
They seem, they need it. They need anything at this point.
They needed this breather to just recompose themselves.
The score right now on your screens, it is 19-16. Earlier, it was 15-13 in favor of Farm Fresh, but look at this. The net touch is actually, is that Tubo? Yes. I'm not sure, huh? But it is against Farm Fresh.
And it's clear that the shape of the net moved.
Adorador.
Farm Fresh still has one more challenge remaining.
Come back in. And look at this, a 4-point
Searching for the
lead
crossovers,
by Chery
Chery
Tiggo,
Crossovers.
threatening now to win in straight sets here. Murillo, Viray, just a shining star in the horizon of Farm Fresh here tonight with 12.
And this is what they are capable of whenever they get that good first ball. Romero orchestrating the offense, combination plays, and Viray, she has been delivering the points.
In an otherwise cloudy night so far for Farm Fresh. This is rejected. Ball dancing in the net.
And this is the same story as the second set. Chery Tiggo, you know, leading, Farm Fresh trying to catch up. But let's see if the Foxies this time
Can pull through, huh? That's one way to do it. A service ace, catching the defense opponents unaware.
A good serve there. Right in the middle of Robles and the floor.
Probably not really unaware, but dumbfounded. They couldn't move. It passed through two defenders. 1 point lead for Chery Tiggo. Tubo. Nabor. Bell. Tubo. Romero. Murillo. Nabor. Bell rejected. Good stretch that time. By the she loved that. She loved that. Watch her.
I mean, Nabor not giving up on Kat Bell, going to her a lot of times. This time, the right height for her to go for that attack. Risk action, perfect execution there.
Voila. That serve landing short, but in safe territory. Galang, Delario, confusion on the end of Farm Fresh, but a better delivery. Is that Viray again? Yes, Viray now a 13-point game.
Oh, Viray has been the go-to player for the Foxies in this match.
Substitution for Farm Fresh, number 4, Viray out, number 5, Alexa Bertonado in.
Bertonado is back in. They're keeping them in the game.
I agree.
Here's Lioner's serve. Nabor kneels down. Bell. Lots of heat. Lots of sauce. Lots of spice in that one.
I mean, Murillo had a good read on that hit. Take a look at that replay, but no second touch, no support.
Bell with 21. Trying to be wily there with a short serve. Block. Kept in play. Hey!
And this happened a couple of times already from the crossovers. The ball high enough for a second touch or a third touch, but miscues really has been hurting the crossovers.
You know, sometimes human nature, when you're accustomed to the second ball being the setter's trap territory, you tend to hesitate. But Nabor was already down on the ground. Anyway, 1 point game, third set. Nabor sets this up. Kept in play. Murillo. Rodriguez. Galang. Bowing.
Beautiful touch coming from Aragala. I saw that hole, timed that one well. Again, the intention in her attacks that has been making her successful so far offensively.
Smart player. Such a joy to cover and watch. 2 point lead. Murillo. Romero. Nabor gets to it. Bell whips it in. Tubo right there. Murillo on court. Oh, Bell keeping it in play. Murillo. Nabor says no way. Galang rejected. Returned to sender though. In the air, Murillo. The ball. There's a whistle.
Net touch against Chery Tiggo.
Net touch violation.
There's a challenge. First time I think for, no, just about the second time I think for Chery Tiggo to use the challenge. Boy, that's a party pooper. It was so lively. And suddenly, well, the refs can't help but they had to call it.
Good rally there between two teams. I mean, you see how aggressive both are offensively and just defensively as well. Reading each other so well.
You know, I'll stick to my guns. The most depressing call in volleyball is the net touch. Watch. Yep. Up. Yep. I'm sorry, Mr. Referee, but I think you're right.
Clearly, Aragalang scraping
Yeah,
the net
yeah.
on her way down.
The challenge by Chery Tiggo is unsuccessful. Point goes to Farm Fresh. Crossovers still have one more challenge remaining in this set.
Unsuccessful challenge. Boy, we'll go to Farm Fresh. Close and airtight here. Well, that's another party pooper. And we arrive at match point.
You know, the timing of these errors from the service line has been really crucial for the Foxies.
Some situational subs being made by Coach Maylene Pad was already ready not to be fielded in, but she said, okay, here I am. And serve will belong to Mikar. Murillo, blocked. And we are done. Chery Tiggo with a straight sets win.
The Farm Fresh Foxies tried their best, put in the effort, but the crossovers were just really hard to play against with today. They seem perfect in all departments. I mean, they had Catbell to go to anytime they needed a point, and she has been delivering, and Jasna Bor just orchestrating the offense, and Maylene Pat putting in the finishing touches with that solid block against Murillo.
Okay, so Chery Tiggo with a first day win in straight sets. But Farm Fresh, indications of some good things. We'll talk more about that after we introduce our best player. But first, a few messages.
Ladies and gentlemen, the player of the game, Kat Bell.
Okay, we'll now, there's the confirmation, the finals count, 25-13, 27-25, 25-22. I think there's no doubt that our best player is the best player.
She delivered majority of the points, the best scorer of the crossovers.
And let's go now to Franny, who is with Kat Bell, whenever you're ready, Franny.
Thank you so much, 7IL. I'm with our player of the game. Welcome back, Kat Bell. You were phenomenal in this game. I have to ask, how does it feel to be back playing in the Philippines?
I mean, it feels amazing. You know, look at this crowd. It's so inspiring. It's amazing to be out here back again, and I'm so happy to be back.
Now, of course, you are the team captain of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. What did you like about how your team played today?
No, well, just like meshing together pretty well. You know, when things are going kind of tough, we kind of settle down a little bit more calm together, and just being patient was the most important thing tonight.
Patience, of course. That's something that you talked about earlier. Now, your next game is against Nextled this Saturday. What are the things that you'll be working on prior to that game?
I think for sure getting back, watching some film, and just literally just focus on our side and things we can do for defense and as well as offense, for sure.
Now, you've gelled with the team pretty well so far. What else can we expect from the Crossovers?
I mean, keep gelling. That's all we want to do, you know, just to keep gelling. So it's having a good time, having a blast, and doing it for the fans.
Kat, we love your energy. It's infectious, really. What can you say to volleyball fans, old and new, watching you, and to the Chery Tiggo Crossover supporters here today?
I just want to thank you guys so much for always supporting me, and it's been a great time coming back here, and let's go Chery Tiggo.
Thank you so much, Kat. You can go ahead and join your team, 7AL. Let's close this out.
Thank you very much, Franny, and with our best player of the game. Excellent performance, but the resilience, the strength of Chery Tiggo as a unit was absolutely fun to watch.
No, exactly. Just a team effort there. Everyone contributing. Jasna Bor orchestrating the offense so well. You know, not just a Kat Bell scoring, but Daps Dapol as well. Some sparks from the middle. Pauline Gaston, Seth Rodriguez. So definitely if they continue to play like this, have the chemistry and gel well, that's going to be perfect for them.
Okay, this is coming up next. They've been waiting forever. PLDT plays Creamline. That'll do it for Ayel and Franny and yours truly, Seb Sarmenta. Straight sets win by Chery Tiggo against Farm Fresh. You're watching the PVL.